Welcome all of you to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a slasher horror movie Hostel 2, which was released in the year 2007. And I hope that you will definitely like the story of this movie. The story begins with Paston, who is a patient in the hospital. And these are the same Paston which we saw in Hostel Part 1. Now here in the hospital, the police come and interrogate him as to what happened to him, due to which he is so scared. Paston tells him about the entire incident that happened in Sulekia City. He tells how boys and girls are sold for money in a hostel there, and there are some psychosurgeons who buy them, who torture them immensely and then kill them. And there is a group of people who do such disgusting things and have a tattoo of a dog on their hand. Now as soon as Paston says this, the policeman shows him the tattoo on his hand and kills him. But it soon becomes clear that all this was Paston's dream, and he was very scared by this dream. Further, Paston has a fight with his wife, because he had told all these things only to his wife, and he told this to his sister, due to which this news spread everywhere. Now for this reason they reach Paston and kill him. Then 2 days later a man gives Paston's severed head to a man who looks like a businessman, and seeing the head the man becomes very happy. Actually this man is none other than the leader of the same hunting group. On the other side we see Laura, Beth, and Whitney in art class. Then Alexi, who is a drawing model, arrives there. Alexi asks Beth to show her painting, and Alexi likes that painting very much, so Beth gives that painting to Alexi. This leads to Beth and Alexi becoming friends. The next day all three were going somewhere, and because Laura was simple, Whitney always made fun of her. While leaving from there, both of them bump into a scary looking man, and without wasting time she goes to have dinner. There Whitney seduces a guy, but because that man is a big scoundrel, they get into a fight with him. On the other hand, Laura was alone at that very moment the lights went out. And when the lights go out, that scary-looking man was standing right behind her. When Beth and Whitney return a little later, Laura tells them that someone stole her iPod. Then Alexi comes there and gives Laura her iPod. Alexi tells that a man was running away from here. He also tried to steal her bag. And while he was fighting with him, this iPod fell down from his pocket. Beth asks Alexi to stay with them, and Alexi offers drinks to everyone. While talking like this, all three tell that they are going to watch a football match. On this Alexi tells him about the city of Sulekia, and she convinces him to go there. All four stay in a hostel in Sulekia, where the receptionist takes everyone's passport and invites them to the fair to be held tonight. As soon as everyone leaves, the receptionist takes the passports and goes to a restricted place. And there he uploads the profiles of everyone on their hunting group. Then immediately after that the bidding starts on those girls. And that quote is used by very rich people from different cities. The bidding is over, and the people who win the bid come to Sulekia City. Further, a gang of small children stop the girls and demand several dollars from them. But Laura offers him mint instead of dollars. But those kids were big bastards, so they spit on Laura and ran away from there. That same night the girls go to the fair mentioned by the receptionist, and there Whitney gives a drink to Laura in the name of energy drink. Next they all dance. And there a boy asks Beth to dance with him, but Beth refuses. At that very moment the receptionist comes there and asks Beth about that boy. He asks if he's bothering her. The receptionist gives Beth a drink, and Beth throws the drink without him noticing. But by mistake the drink falls on the man who had come hunting. And while apologizing, both of them get recognized. On the other hand, Laura goes into the river with a man, and seeing him, Beth tries to stop him. But because Laura is too far away, Beth's voice doesn't reach her. Actually, it was a trap, and Laura is kidnapped. Secondly, Whitney is up for some fun, but Beth stops her and takes her with her. There Beth sees that there is no one in the room next to hers, and two men come and pack their luggage and take it away. Next we see Laura hanging from a chain. Just then a woman comes there, and this is the same woman who bought Laura in the auction. Actually, that woman believed that if you have money then you have everything. So that woman tortures Laura and bathes in her blood, because she also believed that by doing this she would look a few years younger. The next day Beth was bathing in a lake with several girls. Then Alexi comes there and gives her a massage so that Beth can feel relaxed. Beth sleeps there for some time, and as soon as she gets up there is no one there. Some men come there and try to catch Beth, but Beth runs away from there and goes into the forest. Reaching a path out of the forest, Beth asks a man for help. And this was the same guy who asked Beth to dance. The man tells Beth that I tried to help you earlier also, but you refused. And the man even got beaten up for it. He does not help Beth and leaves from there. Seeing no other way, Beth runs into the forest again. And this time the same small children catch him and start beating him. Then Alexei arrives there. And with him was the leader of the hunting group. Alexei takes Beth and puts her in the car. And when the hunting leader scares the children with his gun, they run away from there. Next we see Whitney tied up in a dark basement with several girls. From there he is brought to a room. A makeup artist does her makeup in that room. And seeing the opportunity, Whitney bites the artist and runs away from there. But it was of no use because all the doors ahead were closed. And because of this, Whitney gets stuck there. Other side brings Alexei Beth home. In that house, Beth sees a photograph of the same scary-looking man who had hit her on the train. And Alexei was also in that photo. Now this made Beth suspect that something was going wrong. That's why Beth pretends to be asleep. And when Beth tries to escape, Beth learns the truth about Alexei. In fact, Alexei had deliberately coaxed her and brought her to this city, so that he can earn good money by selling them. Beth runs away from there and goes to a secret room. She sees that there are severed heads of many people in that room, and one of them was Paston's head. Then some men come and make Beth unconscious and take her away from there. And he calls the people who win the bid on Beth by sending them a message. Stuart was a good man, so he stops his friend from doing this. But he does not listen to Stuart, so Stuart reluctantly goes with him. Stuart goes to Beth and frees her. And other side, Stuart's friend tortures Whitney. But when he's not paying attention, he accidentally hits Whitney in the face. Now he doesn't like all this and he leaves the place, leaving his work incomplete. Due to his action, the agreement with the hunting group is broken, and he feeds it to the dog. Secondly, Stuart has a change of heart and ties up Beth and begins torturing her. Then a woman comes to Stuart and gives him Whitney's offer. She also tells him what happened to his friend. After a while, Stuart gives Beth a locket to wear, and this locket was Whitney's. That means Stuart killed Whitney first and then made Beth wear his locket. Beth makes a plan. She woos Stuart by praising him profusely. Stuart falls for Beth's trap, and seeing the opportunity, Beth beats Stuart and ties him to a chair. All this did not come to the notice of the guard standing in the control room because one of the guards was playing the game with his back to the monitor. Beth breaks the camera and asks Stuart for the password to the door lock, but Stuart doesn't give her the password, so Beth tortures him a lot. Giving into the torture, Stuart gives up the password, but because the password is wrong, guards come there. Beth asks them to call their boss, threatening to kill Stuart. When the hunting leader arrives there, he asks the guards to kill both of them. Beth then asks the leader about her freedom money. On this, the leader says that you cannot afford this amount. On this, Beth says that she has so much money that she can buy all his men. Even she might buy it. And here it is revealed that Beth is the daughter of Russia's biggest businessman. The hunting leader accepts this deal, but according to their agreement, no person can leave from here without killing someone. At the same time, Beth cuts Stuart's small parrot and feeds it to the dogs. After which, to become a part of the hunting group, Beth gets the hunting group tattooed on her body. That same night, a child steals Alexei's bag and runs into the forest. And in the forest, a group of children capture Alexei. Then Beth comes there, and he had an axe in his hand. Beth takes revenge on Alexei with that axe. Those kids play football with Alexei head, and on the scene the story of the movie Hostel 2 ends. If you liked the story, then do subscribe to the channel, so that you do not miss such news stories coming your way. Thanks for watching.